For countless generations, the water that I'm standing in was the lifeblood of the Native Americans. Countless poets and authors have tried to capture this water's spiritual essence. Lewis and Clark even traveled through these waterways hundreds of years ago. And still, to this day, the Clark Fork River means so much to so many people. Family, peace, home.
There's a calming presence of rivers. I heard the other day that rivers meditate us, as opposed to the other way around, us meditating on rivers. But rivers actually put us in that meditative state.
I feel like there's an innateness in rivers that we can kind of feel the movement there. We see the change as it happens. We take note of it. The echoing impact.
These consultants from out of town kept saying that we were a mountain town. And I think we finally all came to the reality that we're not, I mean, we are a mountain town-ish, but we're really a river town, right?
Let's get some.
Woohoo!
All right.
I know you can feel it deep in your own souls just watching these pictures. And guess what? I feel it too. There's something that's different about this water in this place. There are a lot of special rivers in the Treasure State, but there is no connection anywhere in Big Sky Country like the connection between Missoula, Montana and the powerful Clark Fork.
I think people feel themselves when they're here, when they're on the river, when they're in the river. They feel sometimes more human than they do in other parts of their lives.
The person helping me feel more human on this beautiful Montana summer morning is Brian Chaffin, the executive director for the Clark Fork Coalition, a Missoula nonprofit who's been enjoying and protecting the Clark Fork River for decades.
I get to get up every morning and go to work on behalf of the river, and that's a privilege that I take really seriously.
The group uses science-based advocacy policy to keep the waters clean and flowing for not just the floaters and rafters, but for the farmers, the ranchers, and the entire animal and plant ecosystems that rely on these cold waters for life. The Clark Fork watershed itself has been here for millennia. Native peoples for thousands of years have been traversing the waterways. And we are, of course, not talking about a little stream. The Clark Fork River is mighty. It's powerful, and it moves. It's the largest river in the state of Montana by water volume. You could drop a rubber ducky in the headwaters near Butte, America, and eventually, yes, that duck would be able to sightsee Idaho, Canada, Washington, and wave a wing to Portland, Oregon, as it flows directly into the Pacific.
This was an area where you had groups from the Bitterroot Valley to up in the Flathead Valley, to even as far over as Idaho and parts of Oregon and Washington would come over and travel through here because the river could provide.
Kevin Niehaus is a man who can talk water, and he teaches about the beauty of Big Sky Country to our youngest Montanans. He's a naturalist with the Montana Natural History Center in Missoula, and listening to him wax poetic on the Clark Fork, honestly, it's extremely enjoyable.
Think of how much your world is different and changed if it's constantly in motion, if it ebbs and flows across the seasons, ice dams moving through, high waters, low waters, bug hatches, birds coming through. It is this fascinatingly strange and complicated, ever-going ecosystem. We think of ecosystems as like place-based. Rivers are almost more cycles of time. And I just think that's really neat as something to think about and explore and
explore. This river has a rich and deep history of that as well. Maybe the most famous exploration in the 250-year history of our entire country happened right through this area of Montana. Meriwether Lewis and the river's namesake, William Clark, put the Clark Fork on a literal modern map.
So Travelers Rest is the site of it's the only archaeologically verified campsite of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Wow. That means of all the places they camped, this is the only place that we found confirmed archaeological evidence that they were here, which makes us pretty special.
Molly Stockdale is the executive director of Travelers Rest Connection, the nonprofit that helps maintain and teach about the area of land 10 miles south of Missoula, Travelers Rest State Park, the place where the Corps of Discovery split their team on the way back east through Montana.
It was literally, a journey of exploration, right? So they are just out here learning as much as they can about everything. And that includes, talk to the locals, right? If you're visiting a new city, you're going to talk to the locals. Where's the best place to get a beer and a burger? All right, for Lewis and Clark, it might have been, where are we going to get elk, right? Because we're hungry. I don't want to say sacred ground because it's not sacred, but it's just a very special place where you can encounter history as it happened, but also history as we're making it today.
A place like this where I can't see houses or anything, you just feel like you're a part of what might have happened 200 and some years ago. So it's really fun to get out on the trail and see the actual spots.
Folks, congratulations. You've met a Clarkie, maybe the Clarkie. Like Star Trek fans are Trekkies, Lewis and Clark enthusiasts are nicknamed Clarkies, and none are more knowledgeable than Missoula native Scott Sproul.
And when you get into the weeds and you become a Clarkie or any kind of historian, you find that they didn't know a lot of stuff 150 years ago that we know now.
My vision for the Clark Fork River is one where the river flows clean, clear, and abundant. It mirrors the natural cycles of flood and drought that this watershed has known for millennia, and that people can live here in harmony.
Even in an era now where, it's not dependent, we build right on a river for our own, societies to work. I feel like we're always going to be drawn to it just because it's what we get drawn to. I mean, It's the lifeblood for a reason.
150 years ago, 1,000 years ago, even today, there's a humanity that comes with places like the Clark Fork River. As it runs through the center of our civilization, it runs through the center of our lives. Always present, always there. In Missoula, Ben Wineman, Nonstop Local.